All right, let's see who we got coming in here on a Monday before Thanksgiving. Let's see, we got hey Rob Zuckerman. Hey Rob, how you doing? If you want to unmute
Hey,
yourself, you can say hi. How you doing, Rob?
I am doing well, thank you.
Thanks for coming into the training.
Yeah, first time caller.
Hey, I love it. Hey, first time was it first time long time whenever they used to do the radio stuff? That's pretty
hmm
cool. What tell me what's your industry? What brings you our way?
I'm in the mortgage industry, residential mortgage loans.
Okay. And what's kind of the use case for W thinking? Like prospecting, client comm, all the above, or what's kind of the use case?
Just keeping in touch with clients, and I've been using BombBomb for a while. I actually thought I was finished with BombBomb,
Huh.
and um, and it just seemed like your service had a lot more features in it.
Yeah.
Especially, I liked that it appears that when you send out a video, there are options they could click on, like maybe an about me. They can go schedule a call. There's more call to actions.
Yeah. I think they made with BombBomb kind of the choice of having. I think their CTAs. It's been a while since I looked at it, but I think they're on. I think they're on top of the video, or they show up at the end or something. Whereas we have it below.
Right.
Yeah. What? How did it go when you were making the videos? Did you enjoy making them, or how was the response when you were?
Well, I found BombBomb pretty easy to use.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily easy to make changes. I didn't know that, so I used it on a very basic level.
Yeah.
So I subscribed to Dubb, but it's a lot. Which could be a good thing, but there's a learning curve there. So I just signed up yesterday,
Nice. Well, welcome
and
aboard. And I think, look, the biggest thing is use case. I think that's the biggest thing. And the one thing we cover in this training that I'm going to go over, especially when we have someone new, but a lot of times if someone's had BombBomb before or a Vidyard or some other kind of video creation, obviously you're familiar with that end of it. But I think from this, typically what we do is we walk through the basics of like, hey, these are the different ways to record. Here's the strategy we kind of recommend. And then we kind of go that way. So you see the whole thing. And then people will watch the training later on YouTube because it'll be up on our support channel within it's usually like 3 or 4 hours it's up there. And then
uh-huh.
go back and they'll see that part. Like, oh, that's that LinkedIn part. That's how I would do that. So for you, Rob, like if it's just keeping in touch with your clients, I mean, there's ways to, you can do a direct to webcam recording, directly to
Mhm.
the webcam. And I'll show that in a bit. You can have a virtual, you can hold up the whiteboard, which I'll show in a second. If there's an update on something. Is it just for keeping in touch with clients with a possible upsell, or is it prospecting too?
Oh, it will be prospecting. Like, so for example, if I were to go to an open house,
Yeah,
I got some cards, or I got a card from the realtor,
yeah.
rather than just sending an email out, I would say, hey, nice to meet you.
Mhm.
Yeah, it would definitely be some prospecting. I try to be more word of mouth or referral based rather
Sure.
than going out to the masses, but
Yeah.
I don't know where it will lead.
Well, you could do with the referral. That's always a nice, quickly. You can do that from your mobile. Hey, listen, it's Rob. Great to meet you. Especially with a referral, they're just putting a face to the name and hearing your voice and seeing your face. The
Mhm.
open house one, you could do when you're meeting the realtors, have a little. Every Dubb video has a QR code. So what you could do is like have them, scan it if you're right there in front of them. Then they have a nice video where you could say, "Hey, it's Rob," and they can see it later. They can book a time in your calendar. They can keep in touch with you, whatever you wanted them to do. And a lot of the times when they're, you said it's an open house, right? Where you're meeting the realtors.
Yes.
That's where you could do we have this cool function I'll show in a bit. It's called picture in picture, where it uses both cameras on the phone, and realtors like to do it for property walkthroughs. So you
Mhm.
could just do a little shot of you walking through and just kind of giving that feel, you know what I mean? Like you're walking through the open house saying, listen, I enjoyed being here, that kind of thing.
Well, actually, now that you're telling me that it generates a QR code, I
Mhm.
go to the open house, have them give me a tour through the open house, and then they give them the QR code and they can promote it
Yeah.
on their material.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Especially half the week I spend in this smaller town, if you will, and it's called mom and pop offices, and they post up like their listings,
Yeah.
so I could help them, put up QR codes and
Yeah.
yeah.
That's perfect. Yeah, I think it's as I kind of make my way through here, I'll show you just about the visual stuff. But I think those are some examples right there. So I
Mhm.
think anytime it feels like, and we've said this before to people too, where Dubb does a lot of stuff. I think it's just about drilling down on the kinds of ways to record and then just kind of
Mhm.
forgetting about the other stuff until you need it. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because that way you can just do what you need to do. And that's really what it is. And that way it doesn't become overwhelmed.
I do have a question. So I sent out a couple of videos this morning, and it seems as if you send out the video, and then there's a large area of space that has the Dubb logo
The big at the
and
bottom,
just
you
hit
mean? At the
yes.
bottom block? Yeah, you can take that out. I'll message the team. I think I remember where it is inside of Dubb. It's like a little thing you uncheck and it's gone.
But I can click on it before I send the video, before I send the email. I could click on it and delete it. It seemed to work that way as well.
Yeah, maybe they upgraded it to be able to get rid of it with that. But inside of Dubb, I believe within settings, there's a little
Mhm.
box where you would uncheck it. I'll ask the team where that is. But if it's gone now, if you want to send me a test, you can always shoot me an email and send me a test. I'll tell you if I see it, when I click on it.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's good to meet you, Rob. Let us know if you have anything else. Drop any questions in the chat, and we'll kind of be moving through a little bit.
Yep.
Cool. And Rob, hey, one more thing. You said you subscribed, right? Do you have your setup call yet with the team? Do you have that booked? Rob, can you hear me okay?
6:30 Eastern
Sweet. All right.
today.
That's an important one. Nice. All right, cool. Let's see. I saw was it Cindy that popped in or two? Hey, Cindy, if you can hear me okay. If you want to say hi, you can. If not, you can say hi in the chat. If you're busy doing stuff on your end. If anybody is new here to Dubb, if you want to put a one in the chat, that would be awesome if you're new. And then along with your industry, that's always great. But hey, Cindy, I'm not sure if I've seen you in here before. Your name looks familiar. Your last name looks a little different though, so not sure if this is your first time. But you can unmute and say hi, or you can put something in the chat that's a one or a two, and then put your industry. That would be great. Let's see. Maria? Maria, I think you've been in here before, Maria. Let's see. Maria, can you hear me okay? You can unmute as well if you'd like, if you want to say hello. If not, you can put a one in the chat if you're new, two if you're returning, and throw your industry in there. That would be great. And then Trey, I think you're returning as well, I think, right? I think you can unmute if you want. Hey, Trey. Trey, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I got you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Are you new in here, Trey, or are you returning?
Yeah, like freshly brand new, born today.
Oh, hey, welcome. Welcome into the Dubb world.
All right, man. Glad to be here. Had a setup call this morning with Rena.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of information.
Yep.
Also introduced to the training videos in that section.
Okay.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I will be utilizing that.
Okay, very cool. We'll try real quick. What's your industry? What do you do?
Industry's higher education, more specifically the career college sector, trade, vocational, technical schools,
Okay.
administrative, and some faculty. So
Okay.
deans,
So,
directors,
so what are you
chairs,
reaching
et
out? What's
cetera.
the service, or what are you reaching out
Oh,
for?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a recruiter. I'm a
Oh,
recruiter.
recruiter. Okay, got it. All
Yeah.
right, perfect. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. So when you get a hold of these institutions, what's kind of the pitch?
So I have star candidates many of the times.
Yep.
And I am pitching them on those candidates,
Yep.
how those candidates have made a difference in their current institution or their past or previous institution,
Hmm.
and how they might be able to do the same for XYZ client or school or institution or whatever
Okay.
potential client I'm speaking with.
Hmm.
And if that isn't a area that they have a current need,
Yeah.
then we're talking about any current needs they do have and how we might be able to assist with those with candidates for those roles.
Do the colleges and universities, do they post on there the openings on their sites, or do you have to find them somewhere else? Like if a college is looking for a professor or someone else within the staff?
Yeah, so many times you will find them on their sites. There also are a couple of industry job boards where they post that are pretty prevalent.
Okay.
But then I also do a lot of prospecting
Hmm.
um, with just dead calls or cold calls.
Okay, got it. Well, what you could do, just strategy on this real quick, you could do you normally get their emails? When you call, like you'll have the email of the contact, right? It's pretty usually just
Yeah, yeah,
first.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I get those.
Okay. So what you could do is when you cold call, you could
Hmm.
send a video first. Like just send a video. Now you could record a generic video so you're not doing one for everybody if you wanted to, okay?
Hmm.
Where it's like, you're reaching out to a certain position, like whether it's the admin or whatever the case may be, right? So you record that video, you send it by email, and we'll give you best practices in a second, but just something recorded from your webcam, something like this. And then when you call, if you get the person at the front or whatever, the message is, hey, listen, I just sent over this video, and I just want to make sure they got it.
Yeah.
And then just,
Yeah, that's good.
you know what I mean? And then they're like, okay, what video? And then you can kind of get into it a little bit and say
Hmm.
it's in response to this position, and we have something really unique. And then
Yeah,
just
I like it.
and then get through,
That's
Yeah.
good.
And then the
Good.
LinkedIn, did you reaching out on LinkedIn?
Yes.
So I'll show the LinkedIn one in a bit, but that's definitely along the same lines, except you use a screen recorder, which you'd be in a bubble and you'd be on top of, you pull up the different profiles and record on top of it. There is a cool, efficient way to record one video and put it across all the different profiles if it's all the same messaging. Uh,
Hmm.
but when you're starting to learn the tech, I would just do the Chrome, which I'll show in a second, which is pretty simple and straightforward. The last thing I would say is strategy wise, like the job boards and on their site, what you can do is pull up their site and then put yourself in the bubble and point right over at the open position on their site. Because that way, when they see it, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, that's our site. And they're pointing right at something. What's going on there?
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to learning more. It sounds intriguing and attention grabbing, and that's actually what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I know. We're in a really busy world where if someone's not working, they're scrolling through cat videos like, oh, wait, that's awesome. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Just say, wait, what? You know what I mean? So, which I mean, I love
Right.
cat videos. I love cats. So, but anyway, so I think the biggest thing is use case, tech to use to make it happen. So I think we got some specific stuff here. So later on YouTube, we'll have this uploaded. So I would just go back to the training later and then watch the parts that, are the meaningful parts for you. And then
Yeah.
if you want to, there's an email that people use, which is awesome since we've been giving it out. I always like it. It's called feedback at Dubb. I just dropped it in the chat. So if you want to record something and just pretend like, I'm a professor, I'm a university looking to hire. If you want to just like, send one just to test it out, send me a request on LinkedIn. I'll accept it. Send me a video. If you just want to play with it while you're getting used to using it.
Good stuff. I appreciate it.
Cool. Well, good to meet you. Good to meet you, Trey.
Yeah.
Welcome in.
Same here.
Cool. Let's see. Okay, so let's bounce inside here and let's look at some stuff. All right, let me share my screen and we're going to walk our way through the basics in here and strategies along the way. And here we go. So let me share and let's start right here. Okay, let me share my screen. All right. So inside here, so with Dubb, the big thing is that we always talk about, which I think is one of the most important parts of it, is what does your animated video preview look like? Your animated GIF right here. When you record a Dubb video, the first 3 seconds is going to repeat. So you want to think about, does it give context? Is there a hook that's involved that's going to make me want to click on this thing? So you can, with editing inside of Dubb, slide it to a different part of the video to make that the first 3 second preview. Kind of like you can with social media. When you post something, you can slide it to a different part of the video that you think is visually better if you want that to be, or you could upload your own thumbnail. But for here, just to be efficient, when you hit record, that way you don't have to edit it later and you're ready to go and it delivers what it's supposed to deliver. This style here was recorded on the Dubb webcam inside of Dubb, and I have the Dubb mobile app on my phone. The Dubb mobile app has a whiteboard feature that you can type. So I think it's about 30 something characters, I think is the limit. So about 5 to 6 words typically. And the reason I put what's your hook here is because that's really what you want to think about. Like if you're using this style, what is the thing that there's going to be said that's going to make them want to click? I think one of the easiest things you can do is if you use ChatGPT or Grok or whatever AI you use, you can even use Dubb. Inside of Dubb, we have Auto right up here at the top, chat with Auto. And you can put a question in here or what you want it to do, just like you can with ChatGPT. And you can say, give me 25 to 6 word hooks. Explain who your folks are that you're reaching out to, why you're reaching out. And the reason I say 5 to 6 words is because that's usually how much will fit probably on here. And then it will spit back to you the hooks and then just go through them, give them a human pass and say, okay, make them funnier, make them whatever, whatever you want to adjust it to, and then have that written on here. And this works really good for cold outreach, warm outreach, referrals, whatever the case may be. I mean, this could easily be you met with somebody and they didn't go with your product or service, and there's been an update, there's been a change, where you could re-engage with them. This could be from a referral. Can't wait to meet you. or thanks for Bob told me a lot about you or something. And then if it's educating someone on something, then just have that statement right there. Like if you're reaching out to someone and like we're talking about recruiting, and if your candidates typically perform with a certain percentage higher, or their maybe stay rates or retention rates are insane, like our folks stay. Something like that, where the person seeing it's going to be, okay, all right, I want to know what's going on here. So kind of, that's really what you want to think about. And the last part is the animated GIF. So I'm waving and pointing. You don't just want to say stiff the whole time. It is animated, so have some kind of just little movement to it that'll make the difference. Now, from this webcam here, you also can drop a virtual background behind you. So if you do want to drop a virtual behind you, do the same thing. That can give context as well. It can be someone's profile, article you want to share, a screenshot of a website, property and real estate, anything there that's going to give context. Maybe it's a screenshot of a third-party form they filled out and they took an action. You also can combine both of them. So you technically can have a virtual background behind, and you can still hold up the phone at the same time. So it just depends on how deep you want to take it, in terms of that. So you can do any of those, and those are all from the webcam, which I'll show how to do in a second. Now you also have another way to record, which is, sorry, that's the real estate one. Same idea, property. Hey, one fact about this property. I always think that's a good idea. You also can do something like this, which is a screen recording. So now this was done with the Dubb Chrome extension. The Dubb Chrome extension is right up here at the top, this little Dubb symbol here. So if you Google Dubb Chrome extension, it's like a three-step process to put it up here at the top. And this gives you the ability to record browser-based, websites. Just put yourself on top of a website. It's all browser-based. Really good for a market update like you see right here. But again, this is the style you want to do. We were talking about before about reaching out on LinkedIn. I'm going to show how to do that, but it's this style right here. If you're on a website pointing out, hey, like the job board stuff we are talking about, the university, hey, be in the bubble, point that thing out. So there's a number of things you can do as long as it's within the browser. You can put yourself in a bubble or square or rectangle and put yourself on the page pointing something out. Now, this example here, you'll see that I use the annotations, and I could have just been inside the bubble waving and just pointing at the title, and that would have been fine. But again, I'm using the whiteboard again because I'm kind of taking it to another level in terms of, yeah, it's a market update, but there's been a big change within that. So it kind of gives a little kind of like hint of what this is really going to be about. You also can do stuff from your mobile. So if we look at this one here, this is with the Dubb mobile app. I just dropped a virtual background behind me, just like we did with the webcam. And I have some text on here as well. So you can do the same kind of feeling, same kind of thing, and you can do it from your mobile. You also can do this from the mobile. You can do the text above, just like that. So you know how I was holding up the whiteboard with the phone on the webcam? You can do the same thing with the mobile, same idea. You just type the hook above your head and have it up there. So you have the ability to do that. You also, with the mobile, have picture in picture, like we were talking about at the top. This is really popular with real estate folks, but this can be anything that you want to show in front of you and use both cameras on the phone. If you're at a live event, maybe you want to show the crowd, you say, hey, listen, I was at this event, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, really great for open houses, property walkthroughs, things like that. And the reason you see the background the same here, like I have the orange background behind me and it shows the house, is because when I was showing this group of real estate folks this, I was taking my phone and I was recording through the window. So that's across the street. So when you use this thing, you'll have to physically be in the same place that you are. That's why it just looks a little different. But regardless of the styles that you choose, the whole idea is when someone gets this thing and they see it and they click on it, then it's about their experience when they land here. And we call this a preset in Dubb terms, which is just our title for customized landing page. Preset is what we call it. I would have your logo to the top left, the initial video you've recorded, and then it will have playlist videos that are going to be to the right that will play immediately after the video that you've recorded. So it kind of seamlessly runs right into the next one. If you're not paying attention, it can almost feel like the same video if there's no ending to it. You just stop talking and the next one goes. The cool thing about playlist videos is it gives you the ability to provide more information to the folks that are on the page. We have a 2-minute explainer here. This is where it would be a good area to record one video one time. I would keep it short. I would go less than 2 minutes. We made this a couple years ago, like a minute or less. And it's basically your pitch video about you and your product or services. So you record it one time and it always plays right after it. Because these initial videos should really be short and to the point. I would say 30 seconds or less, get in, get out. talk about the hook that you're talking about, deliver the value, have them take an action when they're done. But it's really solely focused on the information you're providing, the question or statement you have for them, and about kind of the situation that they could possibly be in. And then secondarily, that next video coming up would be about you. And you can even hint that that next video is going to talk about that. And then below here, you have your call to action buttons, your CTAs. What would you like someone to do once they're done watching the content above? Do you want them to book a time in your calendar? That's probably the most popular button. But do you want them to check out your website, download a document, a listing agreement, a contract? Do you want them to fill out a form? Do you want a link to an external form? Do you want them to email you back? So there's a number of choices you can have down here. If you have multiples, I would go in order of importance from left to right. If you have one, fine, you have one. But if you have multiple, just make sure they're, most important, and then it kind of moves its way along. Now, if you don't have video testimonials over here to the right that you see in the playlist, if you don't have them, one of the best ways to get them is with this button right here called Reply with Video. And it's just easier for Dubb folks over the years have gotten it this way, and it's convenient for you and the other person. You don't have to meet in Zoom or Google Meets or anywhere else. You can send someone a video with this button and then just say something like this. Hey, it's Rob. Listen, thanks so much for using Dubb. Would love to get a video testimonial from you. It's super easy. You don't have to download anything. Just click the little reply with video button below and let me know what you think of the platform or whatever questions, you would ask. They send the video back to you. You get a notification inside of Dubb that you have a video reply, and then you just make it part of the playlist right here. And this is a nice little loop that people are in right here. That's really good. That's worked really well over the years. Now, the last part over here to the right is called SIA, our Sales Interactive Assistant. Now, you don't have to have this on the page if you don't want to. It's just a little button inside of Dubb. But if you do, we've gotten really cool feedback from it the last year and a half we've had it. And what happens is over here to the right, you can have up to 20 FAQs. 3 will show. And then you can ask the AI a question. And when the AI gives the answer, you're going to notice it gives the answer, but then it pushes for something at the end. Gives the answer, says, are you ready to book a time with Rob? Because that's what I want someone to do. But whatever you want them to do next, that's what the AI is going to push for. Now, you can also, you can have multiple different AIs that can answer multiple different things on different topics, but I'll talk about how that relates to the presets in a second. But to educate the AI on what it knows here, you can upload a PDF inside Dubb with all kinds of information you want it to know. You also can do individual website links, and it will physically learn what's in text on those pages. You can do one or the other, or you can do both. And then it's educated to give an answer and then push for your desired outcome. So it kind of keeps the momentum going. Now, these preset landing pages in general, these should really be focused on different segments of your audience. So in recruitment, if I worked with employers and candidates, I would want a preset landing page for the employers and a preset landing page for the candidates. If I was in recruitment and I dealt with different industries, well, you might want to think about having ones for whatever industries they are, whether it's tech, healthcare. We talked about education at the top. If it's higher ed, maybe it's split between, the larger 30 plus thousand students and the lower ones in community colleges and however you wanted to kind of split it up. That works pretty effectively. If you're in real estate, buyers, sellers, FSBOs, expireds, all those are separate. Coaching and consulting, mortgage, insurance, they all have different segments of their audience that you should have different presets for that speak to them. And the AI could be educated on those specific audiences. So you can have different AI assistants for those different preset landing pages. And all of this is tracked. Do they open the emails? Did they watch the video? If they did, what's the percentage? You can follow up in a really smart way because you know what they've consumed. Did they click on any buttons? Did they interact with the AI? All of this will enable you to follow up in a really good way. Now, in terms of recording, how would we record these different styles that you see? Let's start with the webcam one. So with the webcam, you're going to go right inside of Dubb. You're going to click the red camera icon that sits at the top up here. Click it here. And then when you click it, it's going to open up the webcam. Now, when you open up here, if you want to do the virtual background behind that you saw there, you can click. That's so funny. My Mac's set up for these things where you can do these. I forget the button that's here, but it does this. It does lasers. It does all kinds of stuff. It's pretty funny if you're on a Mac. A newest version of a Mac. But anyway, so if you go below here, if you click virtual background, we have a bunch of stock ones down here. But if you go to your photos, this is where you can upload into this area any screenshots that you have. So, like we talked about, properties, articles, screenshots, company sites, updates, whatever it is, screenshot it and bring it in here. It creates a little library for you here. Then just choose the one that you want, and then it will put it behind you. And we recently just upgraded the virtual background. It looks awesome now. Before it was a little ghosty on the sides and everything, but now it's really clean cut on the edges. I would still, when you're kind of doing your movements here, I wouldn't go too far out into the soup. I would keep them within the shoulder range, within here when you're doing your movements. I'd make sure you have a good front light, ring light, or a natural light. And if you want to add the phone, or if you want to do the phone holding up the message, you're going to get the Dubb mobile app on your phone, whether you have a iPhone or Android. And when you have it, here's the Dubb mobile app. It's Dubb app. And then you'll go right up here at the top, that little square button right there. And when you select that there, that's where I was typing. So you would type your hook in here, turn it, and there it is, just like that. Now you also have some other options here. So every Dubb ability to record has the option for a teleprompter up here at the top. So if you have a script saved inside the Dubb platform, if you click up in here, you click here, you can go right to creating a new script, or you can scroll for a script that you have saved, or you can search for a script just like this. And now you have your script. Now here's going to be the speed. You can go up or down. Play button if you want to test the speed. Then you can back it off, or you can zoom it in. And when you do this, now it gives you the words that are right in front of you. Sometimes, the teleprompter is cool because if you want to say things a certain way and you want to make sure it's exactly how you want it, why not have the words in front of you? It just takes a little bit of practice. You got to read it through a couple times so the words don't surprise you, and then you'll get used to using it. Short videos you don't need them for, but for something maybe a little bit longer where you want to be exact, it's pretty good. Distance-wise, I would go about arm's length away. Let the words flow up into the top eye line. And if you feel like you're going too fast, you probably are, unless you're talking about something that you're super excited about. Now, if we put all this together, I'm going to add the virtual background just to do everything all at once, just because we'll maximize it out here. Virtual background, hook right here, teleprompter, and this is what it would look like. I'm going to hit record, and here we go. Hey, this is Rob from Dubb. We are the sales operating system. We use video, automation, and contact management to create connections, conversations, and conversions. And I can hit the pause button, stop the recording, click it again if I want to keep going. If I want to delete the video, it's the red X. It'll always ask you, are you sure if you want to do this? And if you want to save the video inside the Dubb platform, it's the blue check mark right here. And if you want to close the teleprompter, tap the little arrow there to close it, and it's closed. So this is one of the most basic, straightforward styles you can do, whether the virtual background behind, whether you're just using this, or you're doing a combination of both. This is a nice way to do it. So I'm going to hit the save button here, the check mark. It's going to save it into the platform. And when a Dubb video is saved into the platform, it's going to take you automatically to the video edit page right inside of here, where you can do a number of things, which we're going to come back to in a second. Now we're going to look at the other way to record, and that is a screen recorder, like we talked about earlier. Anything browser-based. You want to be on top of a website? This is what you're going to use. So we're going to use LinkedIn as an example. If I want to reach out to Ruben here, I've got the Dubb Chrome Extension up here at the top. I'm going to click on that button to open it up, and now I'm on the page. A couple things you want to think about, whether it's LinkedIn, website, all the stuff we talked about, wherever you are. You want to think about size, shape, and placement. So placement-wise, where do I want to put myself? Well, I'm going to put myself right next to Ruben. I can almost tap on his bubble here. Size-wise, I don't want to go too big because there's no point in showing the screen if I'm going to cover everything. So I'm going to stay about right here. And shape-wise, you can change it to whatever the website feels. If it's more angular, change it to something that looks different. Put it in a cool spot. For this, I'm going to go circle because Ruben's in a circle. And I'm going to put myself right here. Now, functionality-wise, inside here, you can do some stuff. You can zoom in up here at the top if you want a tighter frame. You can back it up. You can physically move yourself around inside of here to get you where you want if you want to. And then you also can jump to full screen. So I can tap this button right here. It brings me here, and I can tap this button to go back. I also can go over here to the right, and I can turn my camera off if I want to turn my camera off. So that's if I already knew somebody and I just wanted to do an audio walkthrough of a market update or some website I'm on or whatever, you can totally do that. You can also technically use your profile picture if you want to use that. But being live is the best. And if you come in here, you also can put a virtual background behind you, just like we just saw. You can drop it right in there if you want. You also have a teleprompter available with this. This teleprompter is a little different than the one you just saw. You can physically move it around where you want to. When you come in here and find your script, here's the speed, right? You can do the same thing. You can adjust the speed up or down. You can do the same thing, back the text off or zoom it in. This one's a little different where you can manipulate the side like this. And I'm going to put this up towards the camera here at the top. Now, the one thing to remember with the Dubb Chrome extension is because it's browser based, if I go full screen on my browser, it's going to cover the teleprompter tab at the top, and I won't be able to physically see it or get to it. So if you are using the teleprompter, just remember to leave a little bit of space so when I hit record, I can physically then tap this, bring it forward, and then I'm able to use it. Now you've got different orientations to record over here to the right. I can do camera, which opens up like a webcam. I can do tab, which means when I hit record, it will only show the tab that I'm on. It won't show the whole tab mess I have at the top. And if I go screen, it's going to get my entire computer screen if I want to bounce around to different tabs. I think tab's my favorite just 'cause I like to focus on one page when I'm doing it, and that would be this one right here. You also have an annotation tool that you can use right over here to the left to point things out. So now when I'm getting ready to record, I got to remember my hook. I got it right here, ready to go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click start recording, choose my tab. There it is. I'm going to click share, and it would be just like this. Hey, Ruben, what's going on? Listen, I saw that you were an author. I did not know that. And we work a lot with authors. And you said click record. I love click and record. As you can see, that's why I'm sending you this video here. So I did my whole thing there with the hook, right? That's my first 3 seconds, the animated GIF. And then I jumped to full screen. You don't have to do this. I kind of like it just because it breaks the visual. It's like, whoa. And then you're talking to the person, and then you can click here to go back to the page. Once you get used to it, I would just use it whenever you want to make a point. Why not jump to full screen, make your point, and then go back to the page if you want to. You can do that by hovering over the bubble and double clicking with your mouse, then double clicking the screen, or you can click the little button here, or you can click the little button at the bottom. This is expand webcam, and just click it again and go back. You can physically scroll around if you want to. You can be very free flowing. If you want to be a little more regimented, you can hit the pause button right down here at the bottom, stop the recording, get yourself set up in the next spot, and then click resume at the bottom. You have the ability to use the annotations. You can do arrows like this. You can do text on screen. You can underline some things. You can circle. You can put things in numerical order. So all of this is really cool to really point things out. And these annotations are going to stay sticky. So if you continue down your page, they're not going to follow you down. And then you just delete them when you're done using them. So reaching out on LinkedIn, sharing any website where you want to walk someone through something and show someone something that you really want to point out, this is a really great thing to do. It's really quick and easy to use, and it's the Dubb Chrome extension. So I'm going to hit the check mark down here at the bottom, and that is going to save the video into the Dubb platform again, and it's going to take us to our video edit page right inside of the platform. Now, just some real quick things inside of here before I show you a couple other things. So when you record a Dubb video, let's just use this one. When you record a Dubb video, you can edit at the top the title of the video internally. You also can download the MP4 version of the video. So every Dubb video you record has an MP4 file you can download. You also can go over here to the right, see this little preview button here. If I click this button, it's going to open up in a new tab and show me, hey, this is what your video looks like on the preset landing page. It's got your buttons, it's got your videos, it's got your AI assistant. You just check it out, see if you like it. And if you want to make any changes, you can go right to this little drop down right here. See how it says Rob's preset right here? I have other presets that are created. So we talked about before how we want to have different presets for different parts of our audience. You can click another preset and it will change everything about the background and buttons and everything, just like that, if you wanted to change it to something else. You also have a QR code. Like we were saying at the top, every video has a QR code, whether you're doing physical marketing, like, mail marketing, you can make a video. Hey, thanks for pulling me off the doorknob. Hey, thanks for pulling me out of the mail stack. Hey, thanks for pulling me off the hood of your car from a flyer. You could do events where you're at an event. It was great meeting you there when people click it. Property walkthroughs in real estate, not property walkthroughs. What's it called? Open houses. Anything where someone can physically see it right there, click on it, and then get a nice video related to it. You also have analytics down here. So it says analytics here, and we have an AI coach called Kyra that's going to give you feedback on your videos. So when you click generate, it's going to give you delivery analysis. How is your cadence? Are you being repetitive? Are you using a lot of filler words? Repetitiveness, you can kind of take with a grain of salt because, in sales and outreach, we want to repeat things that are important. So I would take that with a grain of salt. But it's also going to give you feedback on your visuals and your content. So when it ends up breaking down here in a second, it's going to break down into three different parts. Now you also have activity over here to the right. So when you send a video out, you're going to know, did someone open the email? Did they click on the buttons? Did they watch the video? If they did, what's the percentage? And you can really isolate the information by unchecking the ones you want and checking out the things that you really want to take care of and check out. You also have a details tab that's right here. So when you click the details tab, this is going to remind you of what buttons are on the page below the video, what AI assistant you have there, and what playlist of videos that are going to play right after your first video. And you can change these. You can add or delete anything you want here. If I already sent a video out to someone and I forgot to add the buttons or change the video, I can still make those changes and it will refresh on the other side with the person that has it. You also have an editing tab. So any Dubb video you save in here, you can edit. So I can hit the play button. I can drag the timeline like this to wherever I want to cut. So let's just say I want to cut this part out right here. I can click the scissor icon right here. It says split clip. That splits it into two. I can drag this to a second cut point or hit the play button. Let's just say it's that. Scissors. And now I have three pieces that I can get rid of if I want to. So whatever's highlighted in orange, just hit this the delete trash can right here, and it's gone. Now, if you want to bring everything back, don't hit the save button, just go undo, 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 and you're right back to where you were. You also have a design tab. So this is what I was mentioning at the beginning, where when you hit record, the first 3 seconds is the animated preview. But if you want to change it, you can slide this to a different part of the video. If you like a visual better that you want to use for the first 3 seconds, you can do that. Or you can upload your own thumbnail, whatever you decide to do there. Now, in terms of a simple send, okay, we recorded something, we have it on a preset landing page. How would we send it? So you'd open up an email like this, open up a compose. You always want to make sure you have the word video in the subject line. It's rare that you do see that. It's still rare. I don't know how it's rare, but it still is. So we'll stand out from that perspective. And then you want to have your hook in the subject line, like we talked about before. Even though I was mentioning the hook related to being typed on the whiteboard, you want to kind of have a similar hook in the subject line because they got to get there first before they're going to see that, obviously. So it should be kind of similar. And then you just want a quick little line of text in terms of why they should watch the video. You don't want to have too much because the whole point of sending the video is you want them to watch it. And then to add the video in, you can do it in a couple ways. So inside the Dubb platform, if you come over here to the right, the top right, there is a big blue share and send button. If I select this, I would then put the email in of the person I'm sending it to. I can add a little personalization text at the top, whatever I want to type. And then I would click copy for email. And it's just a copy and paste. And I would drop it in just like that. Now you also, from within inside the Gmail account here, there's a Dubb button right there at the bottom. And in Outlook 365, there's also a Dubb button inside of add-ins. I think it was off to the right. This button exists because you have the Dubb Chrome Extension screen recorder that we just used. So when you have that and it's logged in, this little shortcut is going to show up. And that's really what it is. So you click this here. I can record something right here if I wanted to. I also can scroll right inside my video library down to the right. So let's just say I want it to be this video right here. You would click advanced options, put the email of the person you're sending it to, add that little personalization text. If you want to, you don't have to. And then just click insert and it's going to pop it in just like that. So you can add it in directly right here with the shortcut, or you can pop it in from inside the platform. Now, the video that we recorded for Ruben on LinkedIn, how would we share that? So we want to make sure that we're connected with Ruben first. He's the first connection. And then once they connect, then you would click message. And then down here at the bottom, we have another little Dubb button that we have the integration with LinkedIn. Click this here again, and then same thing. Find your video, click insert. You can highlight this right here to change it to something more personal if you want to, and then click send. And then Ruben's going to see in his inbox that nice animated video preview as opposed to just the text-based stuff. Now, there are other two ways to record that are left, and this one's pretty neat. So let me log into this one. I'll show you what this one is. So we have what's called the Dubb desktop app. Okay, now the Dubb desktop app, I'm going to show you this in 1 second. Let me just log this out and log back in. Hold on. All right, let me log in. Okay, so you're going to Google Dubb desktop app, and the desktop app on Mac will show up at the top, I believe, with the little Dubb symbol, and at the bottom it'll be on PC. But you have the little menu here that you'll get by clicking up here and going to View Quick Menu, and that shows up right here. The desktop app does a lot of different things, but it's a different screen recorder than what we just saw with the Chrome extension. So the cool thing about this one is this. So I'm going to click Record Screen, and you're going to notice a couple things. One, you're going to notice that all the same functionality that you had in the Chrome extension screen recorder, you have with the bubble here with the desktop app. You can do all the same stuff. You also have an annotation tool with the desktop app. The only difference with this from the Chrome extension that you saw earlier is that when you use the annotations with the desktop app, they're not going to stay sticky. They are going to follow you. So you want to use them, delete them, and then move on. That's how you'd use that. You also have a teleprompter. Like the Chrome extension, this teleprompter can be moved around, but here's where it's different. So when you find your script in here, let's grab this one. The first option that you're going to have over here is auto track, which is voice recognition. So if you wanted to deliver a script and go at your pace and it moves as you read it, that's what you're going to have with this. Now, if you like scroll speed, like what you saw before this, where you saw with the Chrome and the webcam, where you can control the speed, if you like that, just click this button, turn it off, and now you have the scroll speed, just like this, that you're able to do. So it's whatever one you like. Sometimes I like using scroll, sometimes I like using the voice recognition. And then also you have this. This is one of the big differences. So on this little control panel right down, control bar. Oh, you know what? Oh my God, this is hilarious. Everything I was just talking about, you guys could not see, which is you have this option. Okay, let me show you all of this again. Oh my God, I've been talking and you guys can't see anything. It's like you had to use your imagination. Okay, everybody should be able to see this now. And the reason you couldn't see it was because this right here says displays, controls, and recording. I was using the desktop app the other day and I unchecked this so it doesn't show in the recording, but we keep it on for the training. So that's pretty funny. Like, hey, check this out, and you guys can't see it. So what I was showing you was this bubble right here does all the same stuff as the Chrome. It has an annotation tool that you can use right over here. It also has a teleprompter that you can now see. And when you have the script here, you can choose auto track, which is what I was talking about. It's voice recognition. It'll move as you do it. If you click that button and turn it off, you can control the speed now. So you have those two options on there for the teleprompter. And you also have this right here, this red slash right here going through this square. What that means is when you hit record and you're going to record, if this red slash is here, it means it's going to get your entire computer screen. So everything that you have on your screen is going to pick up. If you get rid of this red slash by clicking on it, now you have a drop down. And the first one is custom, which means I can put this on top of anything I want to put it on top of. And if it's inside the area here, the blue area, it's going to be part of the recording. So I'm on custom right now, which means I can scroll and crop around anything I want to crop around. So it could be a certain part of a website, it could be a certain part of a Canvas slide, a video, a document. It can go on top of anything. You also can click down here and choose landscape. So if you wanted the exact orientation for YouTube, you have that there. And if you click portrait, it'll do like a social media portrait shape right here. You just put it on top of whatever you want to put it on top of, and now it's going to be in the proper format for that. So you've got a ton of different things you can do just in terms of what you can really focus on when you're recording, and it can be on top of anything. Different than the Chrome, which was just browser based. Now, another major difference is this. So when I hit record here, I'm going to hit record down at the bottom. I'm going to get my 3, 2, 1 countdown. And now I am recording. Now, you'll notice there's a check mark down here. And normally with Dubb, when you click the check mark, it's going to save the video into the platform. Not the case here. When you click the check mark here, it means I've just recorded a clip. The desktop app is a clip recorder, whereas the Chrome extension you saw before is just one video you pause and resume. So with clip recording, it's pretty neat because you can drag and drop videos from your computer and make it part of your story. So if I have an MP4 file on my computer, I can drop it right in here and make it a clip. Now, the clip that I recorded here is a screen recording clip. So how do I keep recording? I have one clip. How do I keep going? Down at the bottom left, you have three creative choices with these icons. The one all the way left says record screen video. That's what I just did. If I want to go right back there and do another one, I'm going to click that button. It's going to take me right back to where I was. I'm going to hit record. And now I'm just recording a second clip in the same creative style I just did the other one. Hit the check mark. And there's your second clip. And these clips can be physically moved around. You can put them in any order that you want. I also can download or delete each individual clip. We also have a choice down here at the bottom in the middle for a webcam recording. So I can do that style. I can click that button, and now I'm going to hit record. And this could be the opening to my video. This could be me just talking about something specifically. This could be the end of the video, and I'm going to hit the check mark, but it looks visually different than the other clips. And I can put it in any order. The last one down here to the bottom left is called Dubb Narrator. Dubb Narrator gives you the ability to play a pre-recorded video inside of a bubble, square, or rectangle and put it on top of anything that you want to. So instead of hitting record and being inside the bubble and doing two things at once, you can pre-record your video and then put it in a bubble and put it on top of anything. So if I click narrator video, it's going to take me to my video library. Let's just pretend this is the video here. Now this is the pre-recorded version of me. So I'm going to hit record, and now the pre-record is going to do the talking. Hey, this is Rob from Dubb. We are the sales operating system. I can pause and resume, all that good stuff. And then when we're ready to take all these clips and merge them into one video, we're going to click the edit button to the bottom right. It's going to merge all of our clips together. And right here inside the Dubb desktop app, before we even save it into Dubb, we can edit this video if we wanted to. And it's all the same editing stuff that I showed you before. You can cut things out, bring them back, hit the play button, whatever you need. There's also a Smart Cut button right here. So when you select this, all the pink areas in here are the silences. And I can get rid of those if I want a tighter cut. And then you can download the MP4 if you want to beforehand. And then you can upload it into the Dubb platform. Now, the last way of recording that we're going to look at here is going to be the mobile app. Now, the mobile app is very similar to the desktop app because the mobile app records in clips just like we just saw with the desktop app. So whether you're out and about or whether you're just sitting at your desk, you can record portrait, landscape, whatever you'd like. How would we record from here? When you open up the mobile app, you're going to click the blue camera icon at the bottom. That's going to open up your camera. Now, when you first open this up, it's going to be defaulted for 1 minute. I slide mine over to 10. You can't go beyond 10 minutes, and I don't want to get cut off, so I slide it to 10. To record, you're going to tap the circle at the bottom, and you're going to see timer up here, and you're going to see a timer at the bottom right here. We added a pause symbol recently, so you can pause this recording, and then just click it again to keep going. And to end the recording, you're just going to tap the circle at the bottom, and now there is the clip, or it should show up in a second. There is the clip that you just recorded, just like the desktop app. And this clip has been automatically downloaded to my phone, so I have it in my photo video area if I need it. Let me record one more clip so we have multiples in here. Each clip has to be at least 2 seconds. Click it again. And now I have 2 clips. And I can move these clips in any order that I want. If I take my finger and hold one for a second, I can slide it back and forth. And if you tap a clip individually, you can delete, trim, and if I click edit, this is where you can add royalty-free music. I can add text on the screen. Remember the text you saw above my head? I can add it there. I can do a voiceover. I can speed up the action. I can add burned-in subtitles, all from within each clip. Now, over here to the right, you have some options. And if you click the tooltip at the top, it's going to tell you exactly what these things do. And then just tap it again to close it. Here's your countdown timer right here. So if you click this one here, I always go 3 seconds just because it seems like the perfect amount of time. Get ready to smile, get ready to go, and you're ready to go. 10 seconds seems a little long, maybe if you're doing like a long shot or something like that. Now, if you're doing a walk and talk and you feel like it's kind of shaky and you want to smooth things out, you would use this button right here, and that is video stabilization. You can go low, medium, or high, and it will just smooth things out for you. If you want to use the teleprompter, it's this one. So when you select this one here, you're going to find your script just like we did before. Let's grab this one. You can go portrait or you can go landscape. It will adjust both ways. And you also can control if you want to move the script up with the guardrail. So if your eyes are not staying at the top where they should be, you can move this up. If you find that just your eyes are down here, you can move this up. You also can control the speed between 1 and 10. So I can slide this up or down. I can hit the play button to see if I like the speed, if I want to slow it or speed it up. I can click the pencil icon right here if I want to make any real-time changes. Click the pencil icon, make the changes, and then go. Now, you also have, if you have iPhone, if you click the auto track button here, if you have iPhone here, you can do voice recognition. So if I hit record, it would be like this. Getting ghosted in 2025, don't call Ghostbusters. That's on you, not the algorithm. So you have that ability right here with the gear icon. To close the teleprompter, tap the X to the top right, and it'll close it. Now, if you recorded a video on your phone outside of the Dubb mobile app that you want to make part of the story here, all you have to do is click the folder button. It will take you to your photo video area, select the video you want. It'll say, do you want to add clips? Yes. And it will drop it right down in here. If you want to record your screen, it's this button right here. If you want to use filters, this button. So if you want to do black and white, skin smoothing, different kind of color effects, we have all that there. Picture in picture right here. So when you select that one, this is the one we saw at the top, where you can hit record, show what's in front of you, move yourself around, zoom yourself in, make it bigger, zoom in the background, whatever you want to do for that. And then the last one down here at the bottom is the virtual background. So this is where you take screenshots of your phone, similar to the webcam one, whether it's a property, person's profile, website, whatever it is, screenshot it, then go here, and then it will put it behind you. And then you're able to record your video here just like that. And then when you're done and you're ready to merge all these clips into one video like we did with the desktop app, select the blue button to the top right. That's going to merge everything together. And once it's merged, you're going to have a finished copy on your phone, and you have the ability to upload it in the platform right now. We have multiples because I can click the blue upload button and that will save it into Dubb. Now, from the mobile app in general, you also can send. So see the videos right here in the middle. Let's just say I want to send this video right here. You click the blue share button right here, and you can copy for email. See how it copies it to the clipboard? And then you can just open up your email here. Let's do a compose. Go right in here and just paste. Copy and paste. And drops it in just like that. And if you want to send it by SMS, just do copy for SMS. Or you can hit the little paper airplane icon right there at the top. That'll open up your text messaging. And you can click the little block icon at the top right. That'll open up your email. So either way you want to do it, you have the ability to do it that way. Now, one of the last things that you want to do is inside the Dubb platform here. Let me show you this. I would use inside here, if you have questions about things, you have a couple areas for help. So you have support at Dubb, but you also can ask Otto right here in the middle of the dashboard that I mentioned earlier. Ask them any questions you want related to Dubb, how to use things, strategy questions, all that can be done with Otto. You also have the little intercom system down here. We might eventually combine all this, but for right now, you can chat with the team down here. You can look up things with keyword searches. So you have two good spots here. Over to the right under training over here, the second link, you can come in here and you can go to our Dubb Academy, which has a number of videos in here you can learn from as well. And if you don't know about Dubb Partners, over here to the left under referrals, if you click this here and it says apply now, just click apply now and it will create a little referral link for you for a Dubb Partner link. And we do a 30% recurring commission on anybody that subscribes to Dubb through that referral link. And we're super supportive of our partners. So, if you ever have a bunch of people that you're getting together and you want us to come in and pitch, just let me know. We also have meetings every week relating to this. We're not going to have this week because of the Thanksgiving, but normally it's every Thursday at 11 a.m. PST. And that's where we go over partner strategies and all kinds of cool stuff. So that would be our Dubb Partners coaching. And if you want to check it out, I'm going to put the link in there right now. That's for Dubb Partners Coaching. That's Thursdays at 11:30 a.m. PST. And if you are in real estate, we actually have a real estate coaching session that we do. And what you can do is, it is Wednesdays at 11:30 a.m. PST. You can check us out there. I just dropped it in the chat. And if you're part of Pro Plus, because we have Pro and we have Pro Plus, There is Pro Plus coaching with Darius and Ruben every Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. PST. And that's part of the higher tier plan. They have their own curriculum. They do a little form fill you can fill out about your business. So there's a lot of different choices in there at the end of the day. But it's really just about knowing your use case, knowing the technology, send us over something on feedback, and then just start to make your way through and start doing it. So, okay, so let's see. Does anybody have any questions? Is anything on anybody's mind as we're getting close to the top of the hour? Anything from anybody? Let's see. Was there anything in the Q&A? Let me check really quick. I don't see anything in there. Was there anything in the chat? Rob, I have to go. I got a quick call. Great content. Okay, cool. Let's see. Did Rob already go? I think he did. Great. Hey, Jai, what's going on, my friend? How are you, Jai?
I didn't want anything. I was supposed to say happy Monday.
Yeah, happy Monday to you
Good
too.
train. Good train. You did a good job. You didn't miss anything this time.
Oh, nice. All right, good.
Yeah, yeah. You didn't miss anything. You didn't talk about the ICP, but that's okay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, the ICP, that's right. The ideal client profile.
Yeah, yeah. You didn't talk about that. A couple things, but yeah, other than that, you did well.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
You stupid.
It's funny. It reminds me of like back in the day, like when I was a kid, when you used to go into like Best Buy and you'd walk in
Okay.
there and I'd always be like, how does everyone keep up on all this stuff? Like I felt like back then I'm like, how do they know about all, and I feel like with us in tech, it's like you always have to be constantly updated. Like, okay, so this is updated, that's updated. Like everything is moving so quick, it's crazy. So anyway, yeah. Well, happy Monday to everybody. Thanks for coming in. Again, this is going to be because of Thanksgiving, it's kind of a shortened week. So Thursday, there won't be any training. There won't be any of the partner stuff. I think Wednesday is still the same deal, although Wednesday is the biggest travel day in the country. So, who knows as far as that. But anyway, thanks so much for coming in, everyone. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow and Wednesday. So
Don't
have a great
forget
weekend.
Thursday and Friday, you're doing private training. Connie's out of
Oh, I
school.
got I got to let my family know. I didn't know about that.
Yes, yes, Connie's out of school, so you got to watch.
You should have messaged me.
Yep, yep. I'm messaging now.
Oh, okay, got it. That's my
All
phone.
right.
All right, everybody.
All
Have
right.
a great start to the week. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Ciao, ciao.